Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here reacting to another episode of Euphoria. This is episode 7. It is called The Trials and Tribulations of Trying to Pee While Depressed. Which I didn't realize it was difficult to pee while depressed, but you know, who knows? Last episode made me upset. So many characters just making poor decisions and, you know, a whole conspiracy to ruin some kid's life. We had Cassie cheating on her boyfriend. And it was just all in all a very frustrating episode. There were only a few characters that I was not displeased with. This episode looks like it's going to be all about Cassie, so maybe we'll gain some sympathy towards, you know, the reason she makes the decisions she makes. Who knows? You know, I was a little harsh on her last episode, but you know, I think she deserved a tiny bit of it, but I was a little harsh. So I'm looking forward to potentially eating my words in regards to Cassie, but we'll find out, I guess. Before we jump into the episode, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a ton to me. Helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here or find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. I am almost to 5,000 subscribers. I only need like 50 more. So if you want to be part of the reason that I get to that number, you know what to do. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is linked in the description below. But other than that, let's jump into episode 7 of Euphoria. Still don't know my name. God, that song is gonna be just stuck in my brain like forever. But you still don't know my... It's a lit Barbie car. Is that your papa?
Cassie's dad was really handsome.
Yeah,
The kind of handsome that made people treat him
pretty good.
differently.
Where's his wife? Oh, right there. Is she just cool with this? That's...
My mom used to get really upset at him for flirting.
That's a severely mismatched relationship in terms of attractiveness. She's got abandonment
Her
issues.
dad always wanted her to become a professional ice skater.
Professional ice skater. Skating real good.
For a while, she thought she was in head trouble.
Dang. So did this kid learn how to do this?
Her dad couldn't afford
What
lessons,
commitment?
so he stopped encouraging.
Is that her sister? Oh my gosh. She looks so goofy.
Molly, look at you. Remember Uncle Ted? Lord, look at you all grown up. Come on, give me a hug.
Ted?
You really filled out.
Ted.
I bet you got all the boys wrapped around your finger.
Yo. You guys. Quit being that way.
Fuck you. This is my family.
And they fought. In the way all parents kind of fight. Except for the night before she started 9th grade.
9th grade. I wonder what went down.
Your father had some serious jealousy issues. Let me tell you. Plus, he couldn't hold a steady job to save
I mean, the second part's true, but
I just think he didn't want the responsibility of being.
I think you're the one that had the jealousy issues.
My mom said your mom cheated on your dad, and that's why he left. What?
How does your mom know?
At first, she was really angry at her mom. She resented her for being such a hypocrite.
Is that what actually happened? How does that one random kids know?
Wasn't perfect.
He said he was coming.
And then sometimes more than a month would go by.
Yeah, that sucks. Be a present father.
Then one night,
Oh,
he was driving home from work.
did he die? I guess he can't be a present father. Oh,
And was in the ICU for 23 days.
23 days.
The doctors were afraid he'd never walk again.
Yo, is this daddy issues the episode?
Cassie knew he was strong, and that would get better.
No wonder Cassie's the way she is.
And so one night, a week after her 15th birthday, she got a text from a random number at about 1 in the morning.
Is he gonna rob their house for money? Yo, she's got a quiet garage door.
And even though she was
Mine
excited
would
to
be
see him, and
loud as heck, man.
there was something about the whole thing that scared her.
I want you to know there's never a day goes by I don't think about you.
Oh, okay, so he's a heroin addict?
He said he needed a few things and made her promise that she wouldn't tell a soul.
Okay, so he's, oh yeah, he's stealing. He's stealing.
Oh, he's stealing! He's stealing!
Stealing that fine china. Oh, he's stealing. You ever seen that video? He's stealing.
Never told anyone about that night. She also never saw her dad again.
Oof, rough.
She fell in love with every guy she ever dated.
Daddy issues.
Whether they were smart.
Can I film you sucking my dick?
What? No.
And she almost always said yes, even though it didn't always make her feel good.
Why? Okay, she doesn't. Abandonment issues.
And then, at the beginning of the year, she met McKay and fell in love with him. And he fell in love with her.
Makes sense.
And he loved her for who she was. And even though she had made a couple of mistakes, I mean, they weren't big ones. They weren't the kind of things you couldn't come back from.
I think cheating on your boyfriend's a big mistake. And she's gonna be pregnant. She is the Pringles can. Them's the breaks, kid. Abstinence. It's the best policy to not get pregnant. Or vasectomies. Either way. Rue's got the big
I
sad.
want to lay down one moment and then look around the next and realize I have watched 22 straight hours of Love Island over a 2-day period and yearn for more.
Hey, those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up.
I don't.
Try watching
It is,
6
however,
seasons of
really
Grey's
good.
Anatomy in 7 days.
TV begins to feel like work, like final season.
Cash
admin
money.
Work.
I think I'm gonna go to school today. Because of Daniel? No, not
Damn.
Daniel, Lexi.
Daniel?
Daniel's the last fucking thing I care about right now. I asked you how I look, not about Daniel.
Yeah, well, you look beautiful, Cassie. You look fucking amazing. It's literally all anyone's ever told you your entire life. Like, listen to yourself. It's fucking exhausting.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's definitely the little sister syndrome coming out, you know? When your superstar sibling doesn't feel adequate, you're like, dude, bro, come on now. Don't be like that. Don't lie to yourself like that.
The absolute worst part of depression is that even though you know you're depressed, you're unable to stop yourself from getting worse.
Yo, getting out of bed when you're depressed is a task, for sure.
But this shit wasn't adding up.
Rip it!
And I was putting
Oh, you
together
being a
pieces of the
detective.
puzzle.
I was like, how's she got them gun holsters on? Straight up looking like detectives.
Jules is in love with Nate.
Why would Jules be in love with Nate?
Oh, you should listen to me.
Bennett, the cigarettes are killing me.
Bennett.
We meet up with this guy she met online. Okay, he's some fucking jock. He's from a conservative family, and they were talking and texting. They've been texting for weeks. And when I say texting, I don't just mean regular fucking texting. They were sexting. Side note. Very nice.
Professionally done partial nudes. Side note. Schlong the size of an Evian bottle.
Do you know what his name was?
Nate Jacobs?
Tyler.
Like Tyler Clarkson?
Bingo bango.
And what is a lighter offense than statutory?
Assault. So he,
Bingo.
Bingo bango. I'm loving this detective outfit, by the way, Rue.
She fell for him. That's why she fucking testified. I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. Hey, Mom!
It's pretty solid detective work, eh? Hey, Mom!
Crazy, I'm not even fucking tired.
You're too close to this case.
Yeah, you gotta... They're gonna take you off the case, Bennett. Catherine.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but this feels like
An intervention.
dramatic. Something happened.
Catherine. Catherine, what did you... Okay, of course.
You're a virgin?
No, I mean we were younger. And we dated.
We dated?
Oh, he completely forgot about her. Bruh.
You and me?
He cleared that from his mind immediately.
I literally have no recollection of that.
Woo-hoo. Catherine.
Wait, am I
You just a body to him.
You want to tell McKay? I wouldn't worry about it, Cassie. It's not like you guys are gonna be together forever.
Kat, what the
Oof.
fuck is your problem? You're being a bad friend now. You were a bad friend to me, and this whole new personality is seriously unlikable.
Facts.
World
Star!
Ever since I've met you, all you talk about is yourself, your clothes, your boyfriends, whatever superficial shit you think is so fucking important. Sorry, I'm no longer interested.
I don't know about everyone else, but I miss the old Kat. You know, the one who had a sense of humor and wasn't a fucking cunt?
Yo, what's up with you and calling people that? Yo, I don't like Maddie. Maddie sucks butthole. I don't know how anyone could be friends with her. I mean, granted, she is right that the new cat personality sucks, but... Yo, Maddie's straight up awful.
No, I've never really been in a situation where two guys have been interested in me.
Lies. Straight up calling out his son.
I know you didn't deserve to, but you did. I admire what you took. I just hope it didn't teach you the wrong lesson.
Oh, it super did. Okay, so he does not respect his father.
Sleeping all day?
Who the is Rick?
Quite the life.
A romantic at heart. I'm adventurous. I love to travel. I love the outdoors. Great art.
He seems like he
great
sucks.
Movies, great wine. Forever young.
What a loser. Forever young. What a douchebag.
You know what, Rick? Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Someone like that.
Rick, I sincerely apologize for telling you to go fuck yourself. What I really meant to say was that my mom can do better, and I hate seeing you sit in the chair my dad sat in.
Damn. I mean, she's also probably right. Her mom can do better.
Because all of this shit is connected, Fez. And it is way bigger than any of us can even fucking see. The point is, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's fucking me. I can see everything so fucking clearly.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
I mean, I got a couple guns.
Why do you have so many guns?
My
For
grandma.
protection.
It's cool.
What you worried about my guns for?
She wants to borrow one.
You can use one to scare Nate Jacobs.
Are you serious?
Nate is the exact type of person where if you tried to scare him with a gun, he would actually come kill you.
You don't have to fucking point it at him. You could like, flash it.
You have lost your fucking mind. Fuck. Mouse is here.
Who's Mouse?
Alright, so.
Hello, Fez's mom / grandma, whichever one you are. You got all your boobies out? Because Fez was giving you a bath? Nar? Nar? Rupert? Rupert, nar. Rupert. Eat us all. Darn dare it. Or don't go out there though.
I'm not trying to do all that shit, man.
I ain't asking, bro. Step your shit up.
Bruh, he said no. He does not want to become a hardcore drug dealer.
Suddenly, you find your whole days blending together to create one endless and suffocating loop.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
So you find yourself trying to remember the things that made you happy. Slowly, your brain begins to erase every memory that ever brought you joy. And eventually, all you can think about is how life has always been this way. And will only continue to be this way.
Hits a little close to home. Jules' outfits are always so weird. She's either like the most stylish person I've ever seen or like the least stylish person. Okay, so they have a sunroof, which means at some point someone's gonna stand up in that car, right? Did I call it or did I call it? What is this, Perks of Being a Wallflower?
With that, and then it was clothes, and then it was makeup, and eventually hormones. I just kind of kept leveling up. So, and I definitely haven't reached my full power.
This is not even her final form.
If I can conquer men, then I can conquer femininity.
Why do you need a guy to make you feel more feminine?
For reasons, obviously. Oh, I'm right. She is pregnant. You got her pregnant, McKay. Are you going to be a present father? Or are you going to abandon your future daughter? Make a choice. Make a choice. Make a choice, McKay. Not the best answer there, McKay. Yeah, man, it's not just about you though. So is she.
I'm not even ready to be a dad. I don't know if that's selfish to say or whatever, but
I mean, it's
children are fucking scary.
So here we are talking about
I say we don't do it.
I mean, you're kind of only really thinking about how it's affecting you. Maybe you should think about her a little bit. She's the pregnant one.
Just wanted to dream about it for a minute.
She wants to have a baby with you and create a stable family situation. The kind that she never had. And you are manifesting her worst nightmares right now. I don't know if either of them are in a super great position to be having a kid, though, so who knows if it's the right move going forward. But I don't know if McKay responded fantastically in that situation. This is a very different dynamic than her usual.
I mean, I don't usually
Her usual cam settings. She's usually like, ooh, yeah, this is a role reversal.
You're special.
Catherine, I think it's time you end this Skype call. Don't. Oh, I thought she was taking her mask off. I was like, don't do that. You can't let your face be known. Who is on the other side of this? I swear to God. If it's someone we know, I don't like his breathing. That was creepy. Guy sounded like Paul Dano in the Batman. If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
All I'm saying is leave her and her friends alone.
Or you'll die. It is a threat.
You're like half a retard.
Ooh.
You dropped out of school at 20 and now you're a gangster. You're like fucking Tony Montana.
Listen, bruh.
He has multiple guns.
All I'm saying, you keep fucking with Rue and her friends, and I'm gonna kill you.
I think he was serious.
All of the toxins that your kidneys have pushed into your bladder begin to travel back into your kidneys.
Kidney failure, not good. You need to go to the bathroom, Rupert. Sailor Moon kind of truly is looking like Sailor Moon right now. Oh, good thing I'm not epileptic. What is that girl in Riverdale? No. What is that girl in?
I don't know yet.
You gonna mess up her insides. Nasty. You know, she's like dying. She can go to the hospital for kidney failure while her best friend's making out with someone at a party. Ooh. Yeah, you ain't trying to see him while you're high. You're gonna have a panic attack. Don't. Yeah, you should be. He's a psychopath. Stop it. Stop. No! Oh, that's not even the same. Okay, hallucinations. Never mind. I was like, oh. Thank God it's not actually him. What are you seeing? Okay, it's not him. Yo, is she eating her out right now?
This isn't gonna help.
Yo, the cutting of these scenes is wild. Oh, thank God that wasn't actually Nate.
Hello? Yeah, I'd like to report a crime.
Bruh. Nate, what did you do? Who are you reporting a crime on? If it's Fez, I swear.
Come on, bro. Hurry the fuck up out there.
Yo. That's so much. Freaking Nate. Fez deserves better. And now Fez is gonna be on the hook with those stupid drug dealers. Yo, Rupert. Yeah. Yo, what is up with the saturation on this scene? This is a sad episode. Whew. That one was I feel like that one, I mean, people made a few bad decisions, but that one kind of just made me sad, if I'm being honest. Okay. Yeah, this episode, this episode kind of just made me sad. I mean, not throughout the whole thing, definitely, but I feel like looking back on the totality of this episode, the prominent emotion that I am feeling is sadness. We get a healthy look back at Cassie's backstory and the reason that she is the way she is. So she had this like loving relationship with her father who ended up leaving, and you know, her dad and her mom didn't have the healthiest relationship, definitely. So she didn't necessarily have a positive home life modeled for her from an early age, and she kind of like looked up to her father as like this like superhero, like they say at the end thing. And then he left, and so since he left, she's been searching for a relationship that she can feel validated from, like that she can feel loved and worthy from, because she is missing that. Like the only male presence that she had felt that before, it left, and so she's fallen in love with all these dudes trying to replicate that feeling and trying to search for that feeling. And then when they ask her to do all these sexual things with them, she caves and is like, okay, I'll do it, because she has this fear of abandonment, that they're just gonna like ditch her if she doesn't do what they ask or be perfect for them or all this dumb crap. And she's constantly searching for that validation. And even her sister is like, yo, you've been told you're beautiful your whole life. Like, why do you question it? You're great. Like, and it's just like this whole big thing of like that. It gives a lot of context to her decisions later on in her life, like in the moments where she doesn't necessarily feel the best or like treated the best by McKay. That's why she goes to Daniel for that validation, because she knows she'll get it there. But at the same time, it doesn't excuse the cheating part of it, but like it gives context to the entirety of her like sexual history and how extensive it is. And you know, and then she gets pregnant and she hits up McKay. Well, she hits up her friends first and like doesn't tell them. And there's a whole big fight between Maddie and Catherine, and it's just like, oh, it's crazy. And then she eventually does tell McKay, and I mean, his response, not entirely unexpected, right? Like, he's a dude that isn't necessarily looking to become a father. I feel like anytime a man isn't actively like trying to become a father, or like isn't actively ready to be a father, if you tell him you're pregnant, he's not going to be thrilled, I'm guessing. Like, I don't know. Like, he's got okay, I'm going to try and see both sides of like their little interaction there. So like, from his point of view, he's got a lot of things going on, like mentally, right? Like, he already feels like his life is falling apart, because he is not, like, he's not like his plan for his life is not going the way he thought it would go, and it's kind of crumbling around him, and he is seeing that, and like right as that is like reaching his like lowest point, like as a person, and he feels like the biggest failure and that his future is gone. Cassie then tells him, I'm pregnant, and it's just like another hit, right? Like, so like in that moment you can definitely understand why he would feel as though this is like not something that he would be on board for. Like, he's like, you're not seriously considering having this kid, right? She's in high school. I know there were people at my school in high school that had a kid. That's gotta be just like a monumental task, like a Herculean task to have a child that young. So props to whoever, if you're young and you had a kid at a similar age, like, and you managed to do it and be a quality parent, props to you. Many people that aren't in high school are not in a solid life standpoint financially or emotionally or mature wise to have a kid well after their high school years. So I can't imagine like just how much more difficult it would be to be in high school and be in that situation. So I understand his side of things of being like, yo, we can't have this kid. But then at the same time, that's definitely not the response that I think she wanted to hear from McKay of like, you're not having this kid. I think deep down, like secretly deep down, even though she's freaking out, I think deep down, if he would have been like happy about it and been like, yeah, we're having a kid, I think she would have been fully on board, like starting a little family with him. Because I think she would have been totally fine, like creating a healthy home life that she never got, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, so it definitely probably was not the response that she wanted to hear, but now she's kind of accepted the fact that, you know, maybe having a kid is not the best thing. And my guess is she's going to her mom, and the next episode trailer showed a short shot of her in like a hospital gown or something. So my guess is she's gonna have an abortion. And that is just like, that's a heavy topic, man. She's got a lot of stuff going. Rick, man, that's a lot. It's a deep and complicated issue on both sides. Like, I understand where she would be coming from, where it's like, yo, McKay, he was a little selfish, and he was self-aware, at least a little bit in that moment, where he's like, I know this may sound selfish, but you know, I'm not ready for this. And it was a little selfish. If I'm being honest, it was a little selfish. I think he could have focused a little bit more on her in that moment. She's the one that's pregnant after all. But you know, then also at the same time, I completely understand his not being excited. Right? Okay. That makes sense, right? What else went down? Let's talk about some inconsequential things. We had Maddie and Kat being mad at each other. Kat, I was half on board Kat's side in that little argument, because like, Maddie sucks. I hate Maddie. But Maddie did spit some truth where she's like, yo, your new personality sucks butthole. Which is true. Catherine's personality sucks. But Maddie sucks way more. So I think on the end scale, the balancing of, I don't know why I went like that. The balancing of the scales, I think I lean more on the Cat side in that interaction, but I still don't like either of them. So who knows? But I think she took that pretty hard. She was like devastated by that. Like, that's like what, one of her oldest friends essentially kind of ending their friendship. at least for now. Calling her the C word, like, what is Maddie's obsession with calling people that? Like, come on, find a new insult. And she has a role reversal at that point in her like cam session thing, where instead of her being the one who's like being in control of these cam sessions and laughing at these fat dudes and degrading them and you know, like essentially being the one who's in control of that whole situation, she cams with this dude who's like telling her to do stuff, and it's just like she feels super vulnerable, and it feels very invasive, and it very much felt like it's also worse because like this dude like is hiding his identity, right? Like he's not being open about who he is. I was afraid that it was going to be someone we knew, like it was going to show who it was. It honestly reminded me of Paul Dano's The Riddler from The Batman with just the heavy breathing, like he's got his like mask on. It was creepy and unnerving, and hopefully that dissuade her from pursuing that lifestyle. I feel like, you know, I feel like a little judgy saying that, but you know, she got her bag already. She got all that money. She got that paper. Now she can live a normal high school life. Like stop creating and distributing child pornography. That would be sick. And maybe she can be nice to Ethan now. I mean, that poor kid. So hopefully this is a turning point for Catherine. Yeah, hopefully. What else? Stuff that was almost inconsequential, but I'm guessing will be a bigger thing going forward is the interactions between Nate and Fez's drug dealer. So we had that one drug dealer who's like essentially like being like, yo, Fez, you don't have a choice anymore. I'm bumping you up to the bigger leagues in terms of amount of drugs that you're going to sell for me and the severity of the drugs you're going to sell for me. And Fez is like, I ain't got that kind of money. And he's like, don't worry, I'll front you for it. So right now, even before the events at the end of the episode, Fez is on the hook for a substantial amount of drug money, right? And then he has the interactions with Nate where he's like, yo, leave them alone or I'll kill you. And then Nate calls the police on him. So if they're able to flush all these drugs before the police get in there, fantastic, excellent flushing capabilities by Fez. You know, way to work. I don't know what you're going to do with all those bottles and plastic bags, but, you know, you do you. But I think that's going to spell a lot of issues going forward for Fez, because now he has no way to sell those drugs, right? He flushed them all. And Mr. Angry Drug Dealer, who might kill him if he gets the opportunity, he's going to be like, bro, where's my money? Where's my drugs? And Fez is going to be in a lot of trouble. So, I mean, I don't want to say it was inconsequential or small, but like they didn't spend a ton of time focusing on it. But I feel like that's going to be a bigger thing going forward. What else? But then the most prominent thing I feel like, other than the Cassie storyline, was the Rue and Jules situation. So Rue is going through this like bipolar episode. Like she's very manic, trying to figure out what's going on with Jules. I think she figures it out, right? Like she figures out what's going on for the most part. She doesn't know the exact fine details of how everything came to be at the end, but she knows most of the setup stuff. But then she has these like hyper depressive episodes as well, where she's just laying in bed watching hours and hours of television. And that part, that part hit me a little bit, because I was like, I felt that hard. Like I've dealt with that, where you're just in this depressive state. Like you just feel so down that like you don't even want to get out of bed. Like you don't get out of bed for like multiple days in a row. And just the very like prospect of getting up is kind of daunting, and the time kind of blends together. You spend a lot of time sleeping. But the specific lines of dialogue where she was like, you slowly start to forget the things that made you happy. That that one, that was tough to hear. Because I felt that. So that part of Rue's storyline really kind of hit like a truck. And just watching her go through this process of like this episode was rough, and then seeing the contrast of Jules also dealing with this trauma in a destructive way, and like none of these people making good decisions. Where Rue's like going through kidney failure, and Jules is like not lashing out, but like seeking good feelings from other things like drugs and women. And there was that brief segment where like I thought it was Nate in the club, and I was like, no. And they start making out, and then it's like cutting, and it's the girl, and she hooks up with this girl, and then it's cutting between her and Rue, and it's like, it was a little hard to understand exactly what was happening in that scene and like the emotional implications of it. But I think at the end, we got to the point where Jules does not feel good about what happened. But I think she also learned some truths about herself, where she's very much still like in love with Nate and struggling to get over it, even though he's done horrible things to her. And it's just all very emotional, and it's going to come to a head, and everyone's just like sad. It was the predominant emotion. I liked Rue's mom comforting her and helping her and like giving her a bath. Like that's a weird thing to be like, yeah, I liked the scene where she gave her a bath. But no, it was sweet that her mom helped her even after she straight up laid into her boyfriend. She was like, I think my mom can do better than you, and I hate seeing you sit in my dad's chair. And it's like, oh, I bet her mom was like, damn, she right though. I can do better than you, Rick. It's kind of funny because my dad's name is Rick. But she needed her mom in that moment, and she didn't go to drugs, which was good, but it was still rough because that like they're gonna be dealing with this for quite a while. And so I think it was good because Rue found that comfort and that help she needed in someone that wasn't destructive for her, and something that wasn't destructive for her. Like, she didn't turn to drugs, and she didn't turn to her other addiction in Jules. She, obviously not great to chill and let the piss just build up in your bladder so you have a kidney infection. Not great. That part of her decision making, no bueno. But the fact that in the end, the comfort she received and the help she received was from her mother, I think was good for her in terms of just like that is the best option. But I also think it's good for future development of her character. And I wonder what it means for her and Jules going forward, is if that is going to, maybe she won't look at Jules with such rose-tinted glasses anymore, if that makes sense. Like if some of the shine is gone going forward. Who knows? Yeah. There's a lot happened in this episode, and Lots probably going to happen next episode. Next episode is the season finale. And then there's like 2 special episodes, I believe, before season 2. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys stick around. I'm planning to watch more. I don't know if I'll take a break after the season finale, because after today, I'll be jumping from 2 shows to 5 shows with the addition of Halo, Bridgerton, and Moon Knight. So it's going to be a packed schedule for the next little bit. So I don't know if I'll take a break after season 1 just for a brief period, or if I'll just power through. I haven't quite decided that yet, but either way, let me know what you guys think of this episode down in the comments below. You know, lay all your thoughts on me. Hopefully you're nice about it. If you liked my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. It helps my channel out a lot. If you are new here or find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. Again, I'm super close to 5,000 subscribers, so it'd be super awesome if you helped me get there. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is linked in the description below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.